Welcome back. The brackets for the Class A baseball and softball conference tournaments are set, and the quest to make it to the state tournament begins Thursday. So to take a deeper dive into the bracket and learn more about some of the teams trying to reach the big dance, we welcome in our own Jody Norstead. And Jody, I know you have a lot to talk about, so the stage is yours. Take it away.
Hey, thanks. Well, just like reading a book, I'm going to go left to right across the state of North Dakota, or in this case, I guess it's technically west to east, whatever. We'll start with the WDA Baseball Tournament, which always seems to be incredibly competitive. Keep in mind, 7 of the teams from the West won 6 or more conference games in this condensed season. Here's the bracket for the games in Williston. Century is the top seed after finishing 1 game better than Minot. The Patriots will take on the winner of the play-in game between Bismarck and St. Mary's. Remember, Century entered as the 2 seed last year and failed to reach state. That's how crazy it was last year. So they'll be determined. Minot has that 2 seed this year, and we'll get Dickinson in the first round. The Magicians might be the most dangerous team playing right now. Minot has won 6 straight games, and during that streak, the Magicians have outscored opponents 57-11. The few hiccups they've had this season have been the result of a sluggish start, something they know they can't afford in the postseason.
We just got to be ready to go game one. We can't overlook anybody, and you have to be ready to go for every single pitch from the time they say play ball.
It's very important. Lately we've been waiting a couple innings, and that kind of hurts us a little bit, but coming out right away is huge, and getting on them, and it worries them a little bit, makes them nervous.
Now, Minot handled Dickinson pretty easily in the regular season, but a potential semifinal matchup with Williston or Legacy could be difficult for the Magicians. Let's take a look at the East. The defending state champs from West Fargo are the top seed. That's what happens when you don't lose a conference game all season. Take a look at these matchups, though. It's loaded with rivalries. West Fargo against Cheyenne, of course. Central against Red River, that's game 2. North and Shanley, they're pretty familiar with each other. And then Davies and South, plenty of those kids played with each other back in youth leagues. But I tell you what, the Davies Eagles have a really strong roster, too. They can hit. They would be even better if they were at full strength. They've really missed Cole Hage, who was unbelievable last year as a freshman, both at the plate and on the mound, but he has been out all year. What has hurt the Eagles this season is that they haven't capitalized with runners in scoring position, and the team is well aware.
I think a big thing for us is we have a lot of good hitters on our lineup. I think we've been hitting the ball well, but I think that in clutch situations, we've left a lot of base runners on base this year.
Yeah, our batting averages might be good, but we really need to work on bringing in those runners when we can, especially in tight game situations.
Like they like to say, they just missing, but that's baseball. I mean, you just gotta kind of roll with it. But yeah, if we keep putting guys on, it'll happen, and we'll break it open sooner or later.
Now, North is another team that I think can catch fire in the postseason. The Spartans have a lot of veterans. I'd be surprised if the top 4 don't make it to state from the East, but that's what this time of year is all about. Who's going to be Cinderella, right? Well, let's go to softball and the WDA. Dickinson gets the top seed and will play Legacy, who won the play-in game. Century is the 2 seed. The Patriots have won 10 of their last 11 games. But it's all about Dickinson. The Midgets have rattled off 14 consecutive conference wins. It truly is the Midgets and everyone else right now. The team is playing such phenomenal softball, and that's why they are ranked number 1 in the final coaches poll. Chemistry has never been better for Amanda Mickey's program. They've found a way to blend a roster with 4 8th graders into a group that also has 4 seniors.
I got an old team and I got a young team at the same time, but they connect so well, age 15 through 18. You don't rarely run into that kind of chemistry. They play their role, they know they're young and that they need to stay humble and hyped and be there for the older kids, and the older kids do a great job as well of not treating them like we call them extra fresh because they're 8th graders. You don't really have a good name for them.
Extra fresh, I like that. Speaking of young players, Century freshman pitcher Maddie Zander is another one to keep an eye on in the postseason. She has a bright future. Into the East, we thought we might see a change at the top, but when the dust settled, it was West Fargo still sitting in the number 1 spot. The 20-time state champs will take on Fargo South to open the EDC Tournament on Thursday at West Fargo Cheyenne High. It'll be interesting to see how the Packers respond after going through really their most challenging regular season in program history. Pat Johnson will have his team ready to roll, though. Cheyenne will take on North in a great first-round tilt. Keep an eye on that dangerous 2-seed Valley City. The Highlanders really turned heads when they upset West Fargo 5-3. That was at the beginning of the season. The Packers returned the favor last weekend, but Valley City has been so good on the mound, holding teams to a state best 2.5 runs per game. That's even better than Dickinson. Pair that with their seemingly infinite amount of energy, and you have a dangerous group.
Our intensity when we're cheering in the dugout just pumps people up, and it's just incredible how much intensity we drive there, and then the batters just start going, and it's like a chain reaction once we get one hit.
EDC Tournament, I mean, I think it's a goal to obviously at least be in the championship or get somewhere up there, but for state, I think I just want to go play out, play loose, and wherever we get, we get.
This will be the most competitive East Region tournament we've ever had, Kelly. I'm excited to see what happens. Everything for Class A gets underway on Thursday. Back to you.
All right, great stuff. Thanks, Jody.
You bet.
Next on Midco Sports tonight, we are staying on the diamond. I'll tell you the 5 things you need to know about the Summit League Baseball Championship, which start tomorrow down in Tulsa. Stay with us.